And hello, everyone! Søren here, the author of the Master Key Vocal System. In this webinar, we will have a chat with no other than Elvis from Hong Kong. Hope you're all as excited as I am. In this case, get ready. Elvis is, of course, one of our teachers here at the MKVS, and he's actually the first teacher we ever created here. He's a very talented singer and a musician, and fronting his own band in Hong Kong named Stir Fry. We'll be talking about how it was to learn the MKVS method and how it has benefited his voice, and we'll even be as lucky to hear him sing live as well, with, I do believe it's some Stir Fry songs. But before that, I would like, before we go into the chat with Elvis, I would like to remind you that we still have a few spots for our MKVS teachers available, meaning we still have some half-price options for you to purchase at our website. If you walk around with this feeling in your stomach that you would like to become a professional voice teacher, then think about using us as your platform to get there. And if you're a singer or a voiceover actor or actress of some sort, then consider joining us and becoming a true voice professional by becoming an MKVS student, so you can reach any goal and tackle any task at hand. You might ask, why are we any different from any other course? Well, first of all, we actually care about you reaching your goals. But not just that, you will also get a unique method that is very systematically created, very easy to understand and use. Almost any other method is based on things you cannot control very easily, whereas the MKVS method shows you the easiest way for you to change your voice and truly feel free with your voice like none other. So if you truly want to basically be the very essence of professional with your voice, then think about joining us at the MKVS. So before we get started, remember you can ask Elvis and me anything in the comment section on the YouTube. And if anything, let's get into it. So everyone say hello to Elvis.
Hi, I'm Elvis.
Awesome. And yeah, Elvis, before we get into it, I'll never forget when we started, like, your transformation was simply insane. You grew so much, both vocal range, and got more and more used to the method itself. So it basically became second nature in your body to do these things. And how easy it was for you to teach after only a few lessons. Like the rest of us, we spent years on perfecting how to go through a lesson and make it very nice and fluent, basically. But you had like 2-3 lessons where you had to find the rhythm, and then after that, none of our MKVS students could believe that was the same person. So you blew all of us away when you started and you got through the MKVS method here.
I think MKVS is a very good method because in the traditional way of singing, there are lots of fancy words and the words that cannot describe too clearly about what you are gonna do to mimic that sound. But for MKVS, the method is so clear that if you want a sound with a more low end or more high end, more upper harmonics, that kind of stuff, you can just like you have a key to go straight to that way, but not the fancy word and you ask yourself, what does that mean? And still figure it out after years and years. But MKVS is so clear and simple. I think it's the simplest way and the easiest way to get to the voice that I want to get.
Amazing. But yeah, both that and also I'm so happy that the teachings were you never taught voice before we started, and as you probably remember, and as I just said, our students were like, okay, like the first few times, of course you're nervous, like anyone would be with a new thing, but very fast after that you found that rhythm, as I said, and they couldn't believe that was the same person. It was so cool to see you teach someone, for example, fry screams, as people like to call them, and you were able to do it that fast. It was so cool to be a part and watch. But Elvis, let's hear from you. What made you want to join the MKVS? I know we went a little bit into it in our interview, but what made you want to join us in the first place?
Yeah, because I'm the frontman and the vocalist of my band Stir Fry from Hong Kong, and we are underground band at the first, so we have very low budget to produce song. We have to record every instrument by ourselves in our studio, and because of these reasons, I need to have a tool that I can monitor myself and let me to listen what is right or wrong. And at the beginning I joined the RMS first, but I hope to get in the level which is more advanced and not just about rock and roll and scream, but also a very clean and how to sing a very clean tone. And I hope to be a very professional vocalist, and for the purpose of producing my songs and recording songs. So I joined our MKVS.
Yeah. Okay. So it was like a search for you to get even better, and so instead of just taking the student license, you actually chose the teacher's one to simply know as much as possible. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So why did you trust me with your voice when we go to that point?
Yeah, because I think you are so friendly. Just like every week that I have to attend the lesson from RMS, I'm so surprised at what will happen. I just urge to join the lessons. So I love your lessons. And I see that you scream very brutally, and you can, but not just scream brutally, you can explain some clean singing to me very clearly. So I trust you for this reason. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm happy that you say I'm such a nice guy now that I'm sitting with piercings and tattoos, right? People always are like, oh, is this guy, but yeah,
it's not true.
Thank you. So now that some time have passed since you became an MKVS licensee holder as a teacher, how has the MKVS benefited your career as a singer so far? Like you mentioned, we text sometimes here and there on Messenger, and you mentioned that it was so much easier for you in the studio. But yeah, explain a little bit, like how has it benefited you from now on after the getting your license?
It benefits me a lot because from my band, now we are not just recording in our own studio, but sometimes we go outside to the other studio. And there is a producer, and for these reasons, in your studio, you can have your own way of singing. You can interpret in your own way, and sometimes you have bias that maybe is the best way to sing it. But if you go to the other studio, there is a producer. He'll give you many advice and give you many other way to sing. So for this reason, if you have the MKVS method, you can just make and try to be the voice that that's not your the voice that you usually use it, but you just like you pretend to be the other vocalist. And MKVS methods is so good that you can just pretend to be the voice of the others very easily.
Okay, yeah, so you can
Yeah, just
manipulate your voice in any direction is what you mean, yeah.
Yes, and sometimes the producer said, "Can you sing with a voice that is have a more chesty voice?" And I go straight to that way because I have tools on my hand, so it's so easy to get that sound.
Yeah, I'm like it's different for every person, you know, like we're talking about, of course, both style and also color of the tone, right? Like some want a nasal tone, you know, like when I have lessons in general and we talk about like rock sounds, right? Some want that Axl Rose very sharp type of a tone, and others will not want that. They would want something more like anything else, right? Much more rounded and much more thickened sounding. We are all different what we like, and for some songs you might want to change it up as well, and being able to change it is of course super nice, instead of us like, but I can only sing like this. No, you can sing like a million ways. It's just about how we perceive it. Cool. Let me look if there's some questions for us. So there's one. Do you think, Elvis, that you could have reached the same level of singing / screaming where you are at right now without the MKVS? If you could have and if you could have, how much longer would have it taken you, do you think, if you did not have this method to help you?
I cannot imagine how much longer, because in my experience as a musician or as a person, you want to do something that you want to try some to the stage that is professional. The method is really important. It's not just how hard you try to do it. If you do it in the wrong way, you're still practicing in the wrong way. But if you know the right methods and you know what is the right way, then you're practicing a right way and a correct way. Just like if you have 2 hours or 3 hours to practice singing every day, but you're practicing 3 hours of wrong way to singing. But if I have a right and correct way to sing, but I just practice for an hour, I still to be more effective than 3 hours of useless and wrong practicing.
For sure.
Yeah, so the right method is really important. If you have not the right method, all of I can say that how much time that you put into the practicing is useless because you're practicing the wrong thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Very much agree with that.
Yeah.
What was one of the most powerful things you learned without sharing the secrets of the MKVS?
I used to confuse about what is a chesty voice and what is the voice that to be more gentle and more up harmonics. I have no idea what is that talking about. I try to pretend and try to get that sound, but still I cannot get it so clearly. And too many ways that is wrong, and it's not that voice. So the most powerful thing is that I know clearly which way that I want to go to and get the sound and the correct way to sing, and I can sing with a voice that just like I pretend the voice of the others.
Yeah, but you can also modify your own voice, of course. So it's not just you trying to sound like someone else. It's also, you know, what do I like about my voice? I think that's a very important thing too.
Yeah, and some people said that it's important to find your unique sound. And what is the unique sound?
What is that? You know,
your voice that can represent yourself, and people once they listen to the voice, they know that is you. The voice that's so unique. Yeah, some people just told me, some vocalists, and said you have to find your unique voice and your own voice. But I think the so-called unique in your own voice is that you have a right way to analyze what you want to add to your vocal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we can sound in many ways. You can choose to sound classical. You can choose to not sound classical. You could say that maybe when you think about classical singing, that you have a high standard for, let's say, you like very low voices, like a baritone guy singing opera classically. That's of course then an opinion, you know. But we also have sopranos singing opera, right? So it's not changing anything there. It's just our own perception of what that means. I think that the whole finding your own voice, what it means is like it's a mix of something called the singer's formant, I do believe, but it's also just a way of getting people in, you know, because of course there will be songs that might not sound as good on a specific voice, right? Even though you can manipulate it very, very far. But let's say that it's just never going to be 1,000%, but you will at least get it up to 90% then, and make it sound acceptable in every aspect. But yeah, I totally agree what you're saying. Do you feel like you have grown after learning the method as well?
Yeah. Keep growing and to be better and better.
Amazing. Did your mom and dad or basically or your bandmates or someone, or girlfriend, could they hear the difference in your voice after you started learning and you were able to use the method? Yeah,
especially if you have to do the recording stuff, because once you record it, it's so clear of what you were doing, what is right, what's wrong. And they can listen to the raw vocal track from the past and now. It's quite a big difference. So sure,
we should have made a before and after. We just didn't think about it, Elvis. We should have made you sing a song that you had some trouble singing, and then after, here we go. But we're sorry, everyone.
I have some raw vocal track that I record in the past, and now at least before MKVS, and I can
you cannot believe that was you.
I just, my bandmate, they played that track, and I just said, can you just stop it?
Please stop, I'm getting embarrassed.
Please stop. I don't want to listen to it.
But we keep on growing, and it's amazing that the MKVS did this for you, so you are now able to not feel ashamed about your raw tracks anymore. It's a big one for all of us to get used to. Is this the raw track? And then when you add a compressor and other things, then it starts sounding a little bit different and more produced. But yeah, the raw track is definitely showing the weaknesses and the strengths. Cool. So I'm just gonna say a little thing out to everyone. So some of you might sit and ask, like, why are we keeping this method private? Well, think of this as being a VIP method, because you receive everything you need at the beginning of your very first lesson. So how to put it? The method gives you like not just one method to reach your goals, and it's not just it's a method that's giving you everything in one package, so you don't have to wait on you to first get done with one part of the method, then another. You're getting everything in one, so it's all explained in one way, basically. A good way to understand why this is so vastly different again than other methods out there, if we all take our hand up, I want you then to flick your finger on the outer layer, or the last joint part of your finger, and I want just to flick it a few times, and now you probably cannot feel anything other than one big vibration, right? And why is that? Well, our brain cannot really figure this out. Now it's just one big surface of vibration. But if you instead flick finger, palm, and wrist, now you can actually focus on all the 3 areas, and your brain has no issues with that. That's kind of what we're doing here at the MKVS, because we don't want everything to be so compact and put together that you cannot truly change things or make your voice sound in a different way, because now everything is focused on maybe inside your neck, inside your mouth. And if we have so many things happening in there, you're just not going to be able to do so. Like, just to put it very gently, your fingertip has basically as many sensors as your tongue has. So it's not possible for us to control that many aspects at the same time. So we try to make it so much easier for the body to truly engage with this and be like, oh yeah, I see that, I can do that. And then you do the other thing, oh, now that's combined and now it sounds like this instead. Or yeah, it's at least a different way of approaching the voice in a much more simple way, so both your brain and your body can actually react to it correctly, instead of it being all put together on such a small spot. Do you feel the same, Elvis, that it's not just everything one small spot, but it's more out throughout the whole body, which makes it a little bit easier? Or what do you think?
Yeah, and I think it's hard to explain just by words. It's the best to experience.
Yeah, for sure. That's most definitely correct. But yeah, we chose to make it a semester-based one simply because you get everything in one purchase as well. And yeah, it's I think this is a good way to explain it, at least, that we don't try to put everything in one spot, but it's now out on your whole body, and you can suddenly truly change these parameters to make your sound change in the way that you want it to. But yeah, Elvis, I know that you have some music ready for us.
Yeah.
So let's. Awesome.
Yeah.
So let me hear a little bit. What is the song about? What is the name, of course, and why did you choose this song to sing for us?
Yeah, 2 of these songs is from my band, and I write it, the lyrics and the melody, but it's Cantonese.
Yeah,
because my band has come from Hong Kong, so yeah, is all of that is a Cantonese song, and I have one maybe a rock music, and one ballad song, and for the rock one is just talking about, because in the past many people just lied to me, and yeah, for the money and that kind of stuff. And I think sometimes human is really bad to for their own wish to do bad things to you. So this song just to write the feeling in that moment. And the other song is that a love song, and a ballad song is talking about we should treasure every moments that in this moment that we have, because once the time goes by, you cannot go back. Yeah, so we treasure every moments to be with the ones that you love.
Amazing. What is the first name of the song? The first song you'll sing?
The first one is the rock music called 少女床到.
Okay, which means what?
Just like
us,
just like, I think it's just like an idiom from of English. I cannot explain clearly, but just idiom of Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just said that people, they laugh to you, but for their own purpose is not. They just plan to do bad things to you, but they keep smiling to you and to be nice to you.
Okay. Yeah. So Okay. So it's like not people showing their true colors type of a
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, Elvis. Let's hear it, man. I cannot wait to hear.
Can you hear clearly of the guitar?
Yeah, I think you can play even louder as well. Depends on how loud you'll be singing.
Okay. 流浪街中只得我，無奈看着陌路人，城內再沒人懂我。像有雙手拯救我，似懂非懂的工作，才盡再沒人走過。被欺騙是錯嗎？人察覺了往日是糊塗，敗光了一切。若有智慧看透這迷途，笑聲已不在，少女藏刀。能量於身體工作，說有千種的感覺，遇上百病仍可救。迷着虛假這一套，每課金只一種人，誰又會在乎可有？被欺騙是錯嗎？人察覺了往日是糊塗，敗光了一切。若有智慧看透這迷途，笑聲已不在。如碰上了那個是頭戶，騙光我擁有。從我確信世界有靈魂，便不信所有少女藏刀。人察覺了往日是糊塗，敗光了一切。若有智慧看透這迷途，笑聲已不在。如碰上了那個是頭戶，騙光我擁有。從我確信世界有靈魂，便不信所有少女藏刀。
Nice, Elvis.
Yeah, this
awesome.
is the first music.
I love that song. I remember hearing it very early on when I started having you as a student at the RMS. That's such a cool song. Awesome. Yeah. Nice. So a little ballad as well, you mentioned?
Yeah, yes. Hope you guys like it. Is the first song that I record of my band.
Ooh.
Yeah, the first music that I published in YouTube and recorded in studio. Hope you guys like it. And this one called 逆時針, in Chinese meaning just the anti-clockwise of the clock.
Oh,
yeah, but you cannot do that.
Nice, that's so cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
Okay,
take it away.
人海中找到你，說過一世會愛護你，幸福的憶記，記得分秒也掛念你，如幻覺多變，對罵再起，若不安的心浮沉，在此刻只想尋求回憶裏求的你，像當初的心不會死，時光機總不會有，情之間可否挽救，重返那舊憶記，尋找當初心跳聲。太多的控訴， 冷戰中愛找對或錯。願不分你我，沒有偏見總愛着你。如幻覺多變，對罵再起，若不安的心浮沉，在此刻只想尋求回憶裏舊的你，像當初的心不會死，時光機總不會有。情之間可否挽救，重返那舊憶記，尋找當初心跳聲，看着已破碎的標舵，上連分針都不絕摸，再次創動人的詩，可以嗎？若不安的心浮沉，在此刻只想尋求回憶裏舊的你，像當初的心不會死，時光機總不會有，情之間可否挽救，重返那舊憶記，尋找當初心跳聲，看着已破碎的標舵，上連分針都不絕摸，再次創動人的詩，可以嗎？Yeah! Thank you.
Amazing, Elvis. Amazing. And I'm sorry, everyone. I had some technical difficulties with my camera suddenly from my phone. It suddenly had an update. I do not know what happened there. I'm so sorry about that. But amazing, Elvis. It sounded so good. I really love that second song so much. I told you, I think the first time I met you as well, when you told me you were in that band and I heard your songs. That one is just... It's perfect. There's not really much to say there. It's just such a nice one, and yeah, I really love your voice in this song, and in general, really like your voice. It has a very unique tone to it, and yeah, it's just amazing. Not much to say there. So awesome, and if you cannot see me right now, it's probably because we're making it happen, and I think I'm back. Amazing. So sorry everyone about the difficulties with the camera. We hope this will never happen again, but yeah, suddenly an update came up on my phone, and yeah, stuff happens, technology. But amazing, Elvis. So happy that you chose those two songs. They definitely translate well to acoustic guitar as well, and everything. Really, really nice. And yeah, let's see. Now I of course got shut off my comm after my camera. Let me just see where we're at. So yeah, you probably need to put your guitar. Yeah, you already did so. Good job, Elvis. So I would like to know, Elvis, if you would want to recommend the method to anyone, and maybe as a singer or to become a teacher. Do you have any thoughts on that? Like why you would recommend it to anyone?
Because it's a very good and just a very good experience to experience the whole course, and I can see the translation from the guy that just have some fancy words and confusing many stuff to nowadays that I know what the producer is talking about and what can I do that kind of stuff in a so clear way, and I can sing many type of voice, and I can sing in many ways. Just like I play the acoustic ballad song I've arranged, maybe the verse, how to be gentle, and how to be more dynamic of the song, and how can you arrange the vocal in the song. So it's such a very good experience for me and benefits me a lot for my career as a singer and a vocalist in a band. So I recommend this method to people who really want to really want that their vocal to be a professional level, or who is being in the music industry. It really benefits a lot.
Amazing. Yeah. So if you would like to join the MKVS out there, then you can contact either Elvis or me, and we will get you to the place where you want your voice to be, and get it as free as possible, and give you a method that will explain every style and sound that is possible to produce in one simple and systematic method that anyone can learn. So, Elvis, when will we hear more from you and your amazing band Stir Fry? Are you guys planning on creating an album, or where are we at right now?
Yeah, we just after the COVID-19 and the virus stuff is finished, we plan to do some promotion of our band, and my manager and also the producer of our band will have a concert, and maybe we'll have a lot of show, and we just maybe to be a part of his concert and shows.
Amazing.
And yeah.
Awesome. Who is your manager? I noticed that you mentioned him once before. At least remember you mentioned him once before.
He is a very professional and well-known musician in Hong Kong, and a lot of music that very famous in Hong Kong is produced by him, and himself is also a very good pianist and vocalist, and many and also some classic songs of Cantonese songs also written by him. So it's my pleasure to have a producer and manager like him.
Amazing. So could he? Did you know him before you did the MKVS method, or only after?
Luckily, after MKVS method.
Okay. Well, it could have been fun to hear from him saying like, "Wow, your voice changed," or something like that. But so he only heard the great one, the great version of you. Yeah. Okay. Has there ever been a time where he was like, "Oh, I would like you to improve this, Elvis," or something? Or has it only been like, "I think it would be cooler if you were more if you sounded more darkened or brightened voice," or something like that?
Yeah. He had some sometimes has some advice for the focus track, as I mentioned, because it just psychology and psychological things. Because if we produce by ourselves, sometimes maybe we'll bias for what is right or wrong. Yeah, and it's normal. So as a producer, he would suggest maybe you sing in this way or that way, but not that twang. More chest voice, and I can just do it clearly and just so simple to do that sound. If you want the sound to be more chesty, okay, I give you. You want to sound that to be more gentle, okay, I can do it. Yeah, so it's just so simple to sing many ways.
I'm so happy to hear. So it's not been him like Elvis, I would like you to sing better. There's not a bit that. It's just like a little coloring thing. Or amazing. So happy to hear. So yeah, any final words before we slowly end the chat? And anything to singers or people who might want to become a voice teacher or a student at the MKVS? Anything, throw it at them.
Also screamer.
Yes, also screamers. That's true.
Because screaming is also a funny thing, and I love screaming a lot because my band also has some songs that have screaming from growling to fry screaming, that kind of stuff. Because we want our band to be more full of variety and many style in our band. And I used to confuse a lot of screaming because if you use the point that make me confused is that if I scream it in the wrong way, it seems like it's okay. And if I sing in the right way, it just so at the beginning I think it sounds so similar. And this is the point that confuses people and maybe leads you to a bad way. Because when you get hurt of the voice and you scream wrongly, the damage may be permanent.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for screamer, I recommend a lot for this method because before MKVS, I just know a little bit about vocal distortion, a little bit, and a little bit about vocal fry. But now I can do many types of screaming based on MKVS because this method is just not not just for the cleansing, but also screaming. Because in screaming we also avoid the upper harmonics and more chesty scream. And that kind of stuff is just related to MKVS. So I suggest screamer if you like to scream and do rocking those stuff. This method is also the best for you.
Oh, thank you so much, Elvis. Yeah, I can see that. I remember you having some issues with the ventricular folds, or the false chords, as people like to call it, here and there. But as soon as we dug into it after you understood the method, then it was not that hard for you at all to reach these sounds either. We even have a student who finished here, and then what funny thing was, like, he never really mentioned that he wanted to do fry screaming, but he actually learned it himself afterwards very effortlessly, and now he sounds amazing in his fry scream. So it's even without help, because you suddenly have something to lean on and say, okay, this is basically how I can do these things, and then okay, boom boom boom, and suddenly you have another sound, for example, fry scream or whatever it might be. Amazing, Elvis. Let's just look if there's any other questions before we get into the final step. Are you thinking about teaching someday, Elvis? We have someone asking.
Yeah, sure.
Of course, so it's not just...
because I just got the teacher license, and I love to share what I experienced to people who really want their vocal technique to be the next level. I'm willing to share about it, and I'm happy to teach. And as I just take part in the teacher license, and I have experience to teach others how to do many kind of things, and I'm quite happy about how I can help people to reach their goal. So sure, I would teach.
Awesome. And don't worry if you think that Elvis might not be the very best at English. I'm not the very best at English either. It's not my first language either. But we have pictures to show you what is meant and so on. So there's no issues whatsoever explaining anything. in this method, because you get a paper document showing all the things that we want to explain. So we can also be a show and tell by pointing if needed. So awesome. How is it in Hong Kong with the music scene? Are you and your band making progress with your music over there? And someone else, and he also said, "Good luck for you guys. You sound wicked."
In Hong Kong is I think it's okay, but you just like the place, you need to have opportunities or chance to get in the industry. And I'm so lucky that I can get into this industry. And we are making progress, and we are keep recording new songs and planning to do the promotion stuff. So yeah. And thank you.
And wow, I really that newest ballad you guys came out with, the one where you're walking and there's some girl that you're following, and some cool band photos here and there as well. I love that song. Like, you might hear me and see me talk a lot about metal stuff, but I really enjoyed that song. That was so well written, and bravo in every aspect, Elvis. That was so amazing. Cool. So before we end this webinar, then I would like to say sorry to everyone that it took so much time to get back, but don't think it was that we were not working. I've been finishing the second paper, which is a follow-up paper to the first one, which contains a lot of specifics about voice in a distorted fashion. So everything we know from rock and metal singing. So much more details on those aspects of the voice, and a lot of other really groundbreaking and interesting views on the voice and new theories and so on. And not just that, I have also been working on some other exciting stuff, which we will be able to share with you guys very soon. Basically, I would guess around the summer, so somewhere like June, July, something like that. I think that we will start sharing a new thing that we've been working on, which is very groundbreaking in many aspects. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys as well. And if you want to learn more about Elvis, then we have a previous interview with him on YouTube as well, where you can hear him talk more right after he got his license, basically. We did a little chat me and Elvis where you can get even more information. Let's see. So if you want, you can get in touch with Elvis or me to get your MKVS license, and we would love to show you this new method and see how free your voice can be. And I truly hope that you all like this webinar, and I would please hope that you guys consider subscribing to our YouTube channel or join us on our website, where you can join with your email so you won't miss any of these webinars or live streams, as they're also called. And any other new information. We will not spam you guys with crazy emails every single day. We will maximum send you one or twice a month, if so. So you can follow up on what's happening here. So Elvis, I would like to thank you so much for wanting to join in on this live stream. And I hope that you'll stay along and grow the method with me when we get to that point. So have an amazing time, everyone, and thank you all for joining, and I cannot wait to see you all next time. If you have any other questions, then you can of course contact us at contact@themkvs.com or Søren Sedit at themkvs.com. So see you soon, everyone. Cannot wait to see you, and have an amazing time. Bye. Bye.
and face on